Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Zesty or Testy podcast. I am your host, Testy McNasty. With me, as always, is the co-host, Zesty Tito de la Pinga.
Capel.
We always start off this podcast with a toast. Ladies and gentlemen, listeners dear, let's raise our glasses and give a cheer to the magic of conversation, the tales we unfold, stories and wisdom worth their weight in gold.
Salud.
Cheers.
That was good.
We're drinking vodka with a splash of cranberry, otherwise known as a Cape Cod.
Yeah, it's just a cape.
Just the Cape without the cod.
Yeah.
Keeping our UTI, our uterary systems clean and clear.
Yes. Make sure your penis is clean. From the inside.
That's not, yeah, from the inside.
From the inside. The outside is up to you. Whether you want to fucking wash it, clean it, whatever you want to do to it, that's on you.
You're Catholic.
So I say.
Did you know that the Catholic Church is so concerned with
The priests and little boys?
That was a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
They're still dealing with that shit. But they're so concerned with the uptick in supernatural phenomenon that they changed the norms for the discernment of supernatural phenomenon to streamline the process.
All right, dude. Now speak to me in human.
So before...
All I know is something about Marvel, DC, I don't know.
It's the expanded universe.
All right, so explain that shit to me.
So before...
I haven't had enough to drink to know what the hell you just said. I'm all like, Chapulín Colorado?
Yeah, sígame los buenos.
There you go. Now we're... Okay, now I got that.
So before... If a supernatural phenomenon occurred, the bishop...
Like supernatural?
The supernatural.
I'm like, is that a Mexican from, like, coming over to the U.S.? But he's super...
Supernatural!
Oh, supernatural. Got it.
If a supernatural occurrence occurs, the bishop could go out, and there were three things that the bishop could say. He could either say, yes, it's a miracle, I don't know, or no, it's not a miracle.
Okay.
However, that process took like 40 years to complete with each and every time that somebody was called out to look at, oil stain in the parking lot that looked like Jesus
Face
or
of
whatever.
Jesus on my tortilla.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, the last time the Catholic Church approved a supernatural phenomenon, it was Our Lady of Fatima, which was during World War II. 3 separate children witnessed the Virgin Mary come down, and she gave multiple prophecies, including one that said the sun would dance in the sky, and the village walked out and watched the sun dance in the sky at the day and time that she said it would occur. It's not a worldwide phenomenon. God didn't literally shake the entire earth. He just made it look like it for that one little village, including a prediction that was sealed and given to Pope John Paul II about an assassination attempt that was going to happen in 1981. So World War II to 1981. And because of that, he was able to avoid the assassination attempt.
Interesting.
So anyway, they streamlined the process. So now the bishop cannot say yes, I don't know, or no. The bishop has 5 different ways to say no. And one way to say it doesn't go against the gospel. And then it gets kicked up to the Pope. And then the Pope can decide if it's a miracle or not. But it's just...
You call that streamline?
Yeah, exactly.
Here, let's add 7 more layers and call it streamline.
Sounds like a government agency. But supposedly the process won't take 40 years. But what does the Catholic Church know that we don't know, that like all these... They're expecting like... Supernatural phenomenon to come, that they need to like, oh, we can't take 40 years with all this. We'll never get done. We need to streamline the process.
We got to expedite this. They're like, we got to get on the ball, guys. TikTok is beating us to this shit. People are finding out quicker on TikTok.
Exactly. So what's coming?
Oh, maybe the Catholic Church will have its own TikTok.
It probably does. Have you ever searched for the Catholic Church TikTok?
No, but I think it gives me something to do after the podcast. And the 3 hours it takes to upload the damn video, maybe then.
While you're doing that, you'll kill some time.
So you asked me, by the way, last week. So for those folks that are listening that watch this and were curious as to why there were 2 versions of last week's podcast.
Because you uploaded it twice.
Well, so what happens is you upload it, right? And then it goes through the, downloading the video and then uploading the blah, blah, blah. And then it's got to do all kinds of stuff, right? So it should normally take 35, 45 minutes. Well, what happened last week is it uploaded the video and then it disappeared.
Oh.
Right? And so for 2 hours, I didn't see the video there. And I'm like, what the hell did it happen, right? And normally it takes 30 minutes, it'll disappear, but then I don't know if it goes through some kind of YouTube scrutiny, right? And then they release it and it pops up. Well, this time I just, after 2 hours, it never came back up. So I'm like a pendejo. I'm like, let's go ahead and upload it a second time, right? And so the second one uploaded quick.
Yeah.
And I changed the title just a little bit so I could tell which
one was which.
Yeah, exactly. And so the second one uploaded
instantly.
I wouldn't
Not
call
instantly,
it instantly,
but quicker.
yeah, exactly. I saw that it posted. And then the next day, that's when you text me, you're like, did you mean to put it up there twice? I'm like, yeah, because it was such a good podcast last week that we had to
Everybody's got to watch it twice. You can't rewind. You got to start the next one over. So I'm the reason why we're under YouTube scrutiny, because our last podcast where I was talking about Flat Earth and Epstein Island, we got a community guidelines violation for that one.
Earth is round, guys. Earth is round.
We thoroughly believe that Earth is round. We were joking.
100% believe
it. It was obvious that we were joking, but shit.
The Earth is like our panzas. Or at least my panza.
We're also being shadow banned because our last video had 16 views, and then I checked the next day and it was down to 9 views. So YouTube's on us.
Why?
Because
was it your enchiladas?
It was my enchiladas. It pissed them off.
They're like,
they're like,
we've done these enchiladas before, sir.
Have you ever gotten?
We know they're not your recipe.
Have you ever gotten a HOA violation, the homeowners association violation?
Yes.
Once you're on their list, they start coming by your house every week to make sure that you either cleaned out the first one or you're not doing new ones.
Oh yeah, one of our neighbors is the one that fucking rats.
Calls you
out. He's the one that goes to the HOA and says
he didn't take out his trash.
I saw that they still had a clip from their Christmas lights up on their on the gutter. Like literally, we got a letter because we had a clip on the gutter. Mm-hmm. And like, motherfucker, you got nothing else to do. Get yourself a fucking job.
So we're on YouTube's HOA program right now. They're looking at every one of our videos going like, what kind of nonsense are these boys going to post today?
They're like, das pendejo.
Yeah.
That's basically what they're telling us?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, my fault. My bad. I talk a lot of shit. And
oh, we know that shit. I mean, tell us something new. So what's going on, man?
Do you know what the Loretto Chapel is? The Loretto Chapel?
No, I'm not. Laredo's Chapel?
No.
Laredo has its own chapel?
No, it's in New Mexico, actually.
All right, so now what?
So, in New Mexico, there was a church.
And did you say chapel, right?
Chapel.
Not chapel. Okay.
Not Chapel. Not El Chapo.
Not El Chapo. Oh.
The chapel.
There you go again. Now we're going to get banned.
I know, right? Promoting narcoism. There was this...
La Jenny?
The Jenny 69. There was this chapel in New Mexico being built. Mm-hmm. And they built the entire thing, and they built the choir loft on top. And then they ran out of money. Mm-hmm. So they didn't have money to finish the staircase that leads up to the choir. Mm-hmm. So they had a full church, a complete church, and they could have services, but they had no way of getting the choir to the top. So, and they had no more money. They were completely out of money. So they, what do you think the nuns did at that point?
Went to El Chapo.
Can we borrow some narco money? No, they started praying. The nuns started praying. And suddenly a man appeared across.
And the money started floating in?
No.
So I was going to say, I pray every night, dude. I'm still broke.
You're praying for the wrong shit.
Yeah.
So listen, a man started riding in across the New Mexico desert on a mule. Mm-hmm. And he shows up at the church and he goes, I'm here for the staircase. And they're like, all right, that's where we want it. And he brings his own tools and he brings his own wood and he just starts building a staircase up to the choir loft. And when he's done, he just disappears.
Oh, wow.
And so the nuns are like, we wanted to pay him. Where did he go? We want to pay this man. And then they couldn't find him, so they like, well, let's at least go to the local lumber yard and pay for the wood that he used. And they show up to the lumber yard, and they're like, nobody fitting that description came and bought wood from us. So we don't know what you're talking about. We can't take your money. So they had carpenters come from around the country to come look at the staircase. And there's not a single nail used in the staircase. Whoever built it used like old-fashioned where you kind of cut the wood to fit together like a puzzle, and then it holds itself in place. There are screws holding the iron railing to the staircase across, but not a single nail in the wood. And the wood is actually from Jerusalem. And the carpenters could not figure out how the staircase is standing. They're saying that this staircase should not be standing. And you're going to post some pictures of this staircase right here. And that's what the staircase looks like. The Loretto staircase.
Oh, you guys are going to see this.
Yeah.
Dude, that's pretty neat.
Yeah. So, like, look at how does they get it? How do you get, like, so smooth and so curved all the way down?
Oh, interesting. Loretto. So in case you want to look it up, and I will post some pictures. Loretto Chapel. That's pretty interesting.
Not
man.
El Chapo.
Yeah.
He didn't have anything to do with it.
He escaped and built that.
His staircase goes under the earth, so he can go that way.
This one goes up, his goes down. You guys done? School's over?
Yeah. Summer began.
Officially, huh?
Yeah. Saturday was a fun day. We went to Six Flags. Well, me and the little one went to Six Flags because we have season passes already, and she wanted to go.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
The oldest one's with her boyfriend all the time. The middle one's with all her friends all the time. So, the little one's really the only one that still wants to spend time with me.
That's us. The little one doesn't have a choice but to spend time with us. And the older one, she took off with her friends. Yeah, she did. I guess end of the year party celebration type of thing. Dude, except I just realized it's like summer starts and it's fantastic because I'm thinking I get up a little later, because I don't have to wake up
to drop kids off at school.
Exactly.
You're still waking up at that time because your body's used to it?
Well, no, it's not that. But I just realized it's like you got to take the good with the bad, right? It's like, oh, I get to sleep in later. Oh, I get to spend more money because they're at home. So it's like
they're eating your food.
They're eating everything.
They're wanting entertainment.
Yeah. I mean, that's why right now when you were asking where I had started drinking. Yeah, I started drinking Pepsi because we were at Sam's. It's like summer shopping at Sam's is fun, dude. That's me being sarcastic.
At least you can get like a 5-ton mayo.
Yeah, nothing says summer like buying a 5-gallon bucket of mayonnaise. Hellman's.
See, there you go. We just got a sponsor.
But anyway, yeah, dude. Yesterday we went to. It just seems like even on our weekends off, we don't have. It's like we have too much shit going on, man.
What'd you have to do this weekend?
Well, this morning my kid had soccer.
I thought that was over.
Well, she's on a summer league. It's indoor soccer, summer league. Yeah. So soccer is over.
But soccer has just begun.
But this is like an indoor summer league, which they got their asses handed to them today.
Is it still the same team that she had bonded with earlier? Or?
No, this is a totally different team, dude. This is, and she knows a few of the girls, but some of the girls are missing, and some of the girls are new to this team, so they'll come back. But it was kind of like I was watching them. I'm not used to seeing these girls take a
loss like that,
ass whooping. Yeah, but it happens, you know. On the plus side, I got over it right away. Once I got to Sam's and ate a hot dog, I was like, "Oh, this helped me forget about it."
No matter how bad the recession gets, the Sam's hot dogs are always going to be what, $1.99? Is that what the deal is?
It's like $1.58, dude, with a soda.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I had that and a slice of pizza.
And they've gone out of their way to vow that they're never going to increase that price, no matter what.
And I appreciate that. Thank you, Sam's. Keep it up. The only thing that pisses me off is I went to the one damn Sam's that doesn't have gas.
Oh!
I thought they all had gas.
Yeah, I don't know.
But turns out that the one on Marshall Road doesn't have.
Doesn't have gas?
No, because I was thinking De Zavala has gas. The two on Military have gas. The one on 410 has gas.
Yeah.
And then I go to the one that doesn't have fucking gas.
Why were you over there on that side of town anyway? Is that where the soccer is?
No, well, my wife prefers going to that one than De Zavala. So.
She doesn't want you to have cheap gas. She wants you to pay full price for gas.
Yeah. I'm a desgraciada. I mean, she still got off and put gas. Which in hindsight, I guess I should have gotten off. But I did. Guess what I'm making tonight for dinner? Wagyu burgers.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, did Sam's have a deal on Wagyu?
Yes.
Goddamn.
Yes. 3 pounds of, or almost 3.5 pounds of Wagyu beef.
So explain to the people what Wagyu is. That's where the Japanese go out and massage the cows like every day, and they have like better lives than us.
Yeah, it's a spoiled cow. That's what it is, dude. It's a cow that just doesn't know stress, has very little anxiety.
Yeah.
0 to no anxiety.
Till they put the little
It's like
skull.
It's like organic on steroids.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, how you doing this morning? They wake them up. They literally wake these things up. It's like they played like soft, easy jazz, yacht rock.
Yacht rock for the cows.
It's like Kenny Loggins is playing in the background while it's getting murdered. It's like Christopher Cross follows right. Exactly. Michael McDonald was winking at the cow before it goes bye-bye.
There was a South Park where they had like, oh, we have like cruelty-free chickens, and then they herdle all the chickens into like a movie theater, and they're all sitting there watching a movie like it's like one of those point of view movies where it's flying through the sky and all the chickens are like, wow, and then a saw comes out and just cuts all their heads off. At least I got to look what it was like to fly.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, almost 3.5 pounds of Wagyu beef, dude. Like $20.
That's not bad.
No, it was really good. So that's what I'm gonna be making tonight.
Nice.
Never had a Wagyu.
On the grill or inside?
No, on the grill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right.
My wife doesn't let me cook inside because last time I tried to cook inside, it got real smoky inside the house, so I'm only allowed to cook on the grill outside.
No, I cook inside. I make steaks inside. On cast iron.
Whoa.
But that extractor, we have one of those down. What do you call it? Downstream.
The fan that sucks all the smoke
instead
out?
of pulling it up, pulls down.
Yeah.
It does a pretty good job pulling out the smoke.
Mm.
But dude, no, I'm gonna grill them. And I even asked my wife, like, do you want them on the gas grill or do you want them on the charcoal? She goes,
Charcoal, of course.
Which one would be better? I'm like, absolutely charcoal.
Of course.
Which means one thing. Honey, if you're listening, which I know you're not, go get some charcoal.
When this finally uploads tomorrow.
You're having burgers tomorrow.
Okay, so it's just the raw ground beef, or are you going to have to like add some egg or some, what is it?
Raw ground beef.
You're not going to, what do you bind it together with?
I don't, dude. Just pure meat.
It doesn't fall apart when you grill it?
Not if you pack it tight. That's what she said. If you pack it tight, it'll stay together. I mean, but you got to pack it real good.
I usually add like a little bit of breadcrumbs just to give it like some binding.
Nope. Not this guy.
Okay. You pack it tight.
Yeah, that's what I do. No, somebody asked me that recently, and I'm like, no, just I literally will just make the little ball and then just kind of smash it little by little, you know, with my hands and make the patty. But no, I don't use anything to keep it together.
I've had problems with them falling apart when I try to flip it if I don't add something to it.
So I'm going to tell you something. If you flip it and it falls apart, it wasn't 100% cooked.
Oh, okay.
On one side. Because once it gets charred, it kind of binds
itself.
And then that way you can just flip it and it should stay together.
Okay.
I'm saying, I mean, correct. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I doubt I'm wrong.
Come on there.
Yesterday, speaking of food, I went and had Mando invited us over to his house for dinner. Mm-hmm. Dude, his wife made she made tostadas siberianas.
Okay.
But she made this shrimp ceviche. Really good, dude. That was my dinner last night. Anyway,
So the shrimp was actually raw and just cooked in lime juice?
No, I think she had it. She had already cooked it, or maybe I don't know. I saw her cutting it, and it had already been deveined. So I don't know if she had cooked it or not.
Okay.
So I've eaten it both ways.
Yeah.
Where it's just the raw shrimp and fish.
Yeah.
And then you cook it with a lime. Right?
Yeah.
You know, you just put the lime, and then of course
The acidic
the
acid is
tomate,
supposed to like
the onion, and cilantro, and all that good stuff. And yeah, the acidity from the lemon is what's going to cook it. Right. You give it about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
A good buddy of mine's dad used to make like a ceviche de angulas. Angulas is like a little baby eel, right? They sell them in a can, dude.
Okay.
And so he would make the onion. He would chop the onion, tomato, the cilantro, the
This is
chile.
raw eel?
So these
Pre-cooked
were
eel.
these were pre-cooked,
Okay.
right? He would dump them in there, but then he would put about into the mix. He would put almost like a half pound of ground beef raw,
Yeah.
and he would let it sit there
With the lime.
with the lime to cook it with. So it's
Yeah.
almost like a beef tartare.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was phenomenal shit. Have you ever had stuff like that?
I don't like eating raw food. I prefer, like, even sushi. Like, I'd rather have the sushi that the whole thing is deep fried than, like, eating the sushi that's got
Got it.
the raw salmon in it. So that's
What
not
is it
really-
about the raw that you don't like?
the fact that it's fucking raw, bro?
You don't eat anything that's pink?
There's one thing I eat this pink. Speaking of which,
Salmon?
Yeah, salmon. So, have you ever seen the Japanese people where they get the octopus that's still alive and they pick it up with the chalk stick and they stuff it in their mouth and they swallow it still alive and the tentacles are like dangling out of their mouth?
No.
You've never seen videos of that?
No, and I wouldn't do that shit.
That's a delicacy in Japan.
Yeah,
Like they've got the live octopus on the plate and they just pick it up and swallow it. It's dangerous because, you know, if the tentacles get stuck on the little trachea as it's going down, it could be a mess. But
Well, yeah,
it's-
because then it won't go down.
yeah, exactly.
You choke on that shit.
Yeah, but
Fuck
there's that's a delicacy in Japan, man. That's like,
I gotta draw the line somewhere, dude.
you know what's weird? Like you go to the high-end restaurants and they're serving you like fish eggs, which is caviar, and like fucking raw octopus in Japan that's still alive.
Yeah.
It's like I'd rather just go to a regular restaurant and just have my shit cooked. All this raw shit.
I don't mind eating some raw
Goose
shit.
liver, fucking. That's what foie gras is. It's goose liver.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat goose liver. Charging fucking $50 for a plate.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I would want to try it.
You want to try the octopus? That's going
No,
down
not
your
the
throat.
octopus. Not the octopus.
I don't know.
I've had octopus before, dude.
Can you add videos in your little CapCut? Can you add a video of somebody swallowing an octopus right there, or you don't?
I'm pretty sure
We can
could.
find out.
Yeah. I just there's certain things I couldn't do, like
Eating raw octopus.
yeah. So we went to go have dinner once with some friends at Sushi.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, you know, you're more familiar with this, right? I said, this is a Japanese friend of ours. I said, you're more familiar. Order what you think we're gonna like. He starts ordering a little bit of everything, and then I asked him, so what is that? And he goes, that's the octopus, dude. I mean, I was
It was
just
raw?
like, I don't know if it was raw or not. I just tried it and it was nasty. I mean, it was like so fishy
Yeah.
that I wouldn't doubt it if it was raw. I don't know if it was or wasn't. I couldn't tell you.
You've had fried calamari though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
That shit's good.
Yeah.
If they overcook it, it gets chewy. But if they cook it just right, if they take it out quick enough, then it comes out really tender.
Dude, I don't put
Really
chewy in my mouth. If you put chewy in your mouth, that's up to you.
chewy.
Who's chewy?
Oh, you grew up on
Yeah.
Manuel. You're still making the same joke.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But you were talking about chewy, right?
Yeah. He's right over there on the other side of the street.
Hey, what's up, Chewy? So anywho, so I know we don't like talking politics, but you think we're gonna have a new president by the end of the year?
I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so.
You think it's gonna happen with that Mr. 34 or how many?
I think it's
Mr.
fucking
36?
disgusting that we now live in a fucking banana republic where they take something that is a fucking misdemeanor. Every other person that's been convicted of falsifying business records, it's a misdemeanor. You pay a fine and you move on. And they jump through fucking unconstitutional hoops to turn it into a felony. just so they can repeat the phrase convicted felon over and over and over again until November. And just like when the FBI came and stole Hunter Biden's laptop from the guy that had the laptop, just like when the FBI came and stole Ashley Biden's diary from Project Veritas that published the contents of Ashley Biden's diary before the 2020 election, and then the news pretended they weren't real, and then after the election's over, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, the laptop and the diary, of course they're real.
Yeah.
We knew it the whole time. After the election, they're going to say, oh yeah, of course these are misdemeanors. You're not charged with a felony anymore. But it's disgusting. It's disgusting what this country's become. Because once we cross the line where we're doing these fucking show trials, where we unevenly apply the law because somebody is a political opponent, not because they've committed something that actually is a felony, they could do it to all of us. Half the country is like, oh, we finally got him. They don't understand. Like, every time these totalitarian governments have done show trials against the political opponents, it doesn't stop at just the guy that they're running against that year. It's every person that ever runs against them ever. And then they start doing it to their own party because you can never be loyal enough.
Yeah.
And then, like, in the communist countries, like, Russia got to the point where they would have these political rallies, and the speaker would say something, and everybody would stand up and start clapping. And you did not want to be the last one clapping, because so everybody would fucking keep clapping, because the first one to stop clapping would get shot. Oh, shit. So they would have to sit there and keep clapping until, like, everybody kind of like, are we doing okay, we're all sitting down at the same time, okay, they can't shoot everybody, okay. And then they'd make the next fucking point, and everybody would have to stand up again and fucking clap again, and it would go on forever.
Yeah.
And we're going down that path. Whether you like Donald Trump or not, you cannot unevenly apply the law. It's unconstitutional. You can't charge somebody $500 million for repaying back a loan, which was the first thing that he got convicted of. Yeah. And they even admitted that they're unevenly applying the law because the cunt district attorney in New York that was prosecuting him for repaying back the loan, all the real estate investors are like, well, we're leaving New York because we do this shit all the time. We say our property's worth this much, and the bank comes back and says, no, it's worth this much, and then we haggle and find the thing in between. That's natural. Yeah. And we do the same thing that Trump did. And then she came out and said, oh, don't worry, if your name's not Donald Trump, we're not going to fucking persecute for that. Well, you're admitting that you unevenly applied the law. Yeah. So we've crossed that line. We're no longer a constitutional republic. We're a fucking banana republic. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. I'm disgusted at what this country has become.
Well, I agree with you. We're going all over, dude. That's just it. But it's not just politics, dude. It's everything else. Like earlier this week, I'm going to change the subject just a little bit.
Sure.
Earlier this week, my wife goes and picks up our kids, and the first thing she sees at school is these girls with shorts that are too short. Oh. And I'll come back to where to
You'll
the
bring
point
it back
where,
around.
Yeah, I'll bring it back around. Shorts that were too short, right? And she's got my little one in the car, who's 13 years old. Some of you know that. And she tells her, man, these girls in their tiny little Lululemon shorts are way too short. They're half their ass is hanging out. Huh? Yeah. Then my older one would get to the car, and we were carpooling. So this young man that's carpooling in the car, my older one says, what are you guys talking about? She goes, my wife says, these shorts are too short. And of course, my wife's like, what do you think? She asked the young man in the car, what do you think? Don't you think those shorts are too short? And he's like, she goes, what am I doing? Of course you probably don't think that. Just because you're a young man and
you want to see girls like that.
Yeah, and so my daughter, of course, immediately goes to, Mom, you sound so cringy, please stop. Please stop. And so my wife's like, what's wrong? What am I doing? I'm not saying anything wrong. She goes, Mom, it's just cringy. And so she's like, you're making him feel uncomfortable. And of course, my wife asks, am I making you feel uncomfortable? And the young man's like, just yeah, I had
didn't
nowhere
wanna
to
say
go,
anything.
right? And she's like, okay, well, I'm really sorry. But then my wife's point is, what's happening to, it's not just our adult political system or our adults in this country making these stupid, rash, or irrational decisions, whatever it is, right?
Sure.
It's just even a younger generation. Dude, like everybody finds offense to certain things,
Sure.
Everybody gets offended by like most minuscule shit.
Sure.
And I just don't understand. And this is not against the young man, this is just my kids, because he never said anything.
No.
It was just my kids going, dude, what the hell, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, if I was them back in the 80s and somebody says, do you...
Why are they wearing...
do you think they're too short? I would probably say, no, they're not short
It
enough.
needs to be shorter, yeah.
They're not short enough, right? But it's different. And it's like, nowadays, you can't say shit because it's like, whatever you say, it's either wrong. And if it's not wrong, it's like, am I crossing that line? I don't know. That's what... It goes back to what you were saying. It's like, dude, it's just a fucked up world that we live in, right? We've said it before, but it's like little by little as my kids get older and they become higher and higher into their teens. It's like, the fuck, man?
So, to your point, we have failed as a culture if the same year that Dr. Seuss is banned because it's got the word Eskimo in it and the word Eskimo is offensive now, or it's got a depiction of a African native in it, and I can understand, but I mean, you can go to Africa and find somebody that looks like it was drawn in the Dr. Seuss books. And the same year that Dr. Seuss was banned, Wet Ass Pussy was the song of the year at the fucking VMA Awards, which is, during prime time, 7 o'clock, network, the shit that's supposed to be safe for kids to watch.
Yeah.
There's fucking two bitches in fucking G-strings fucking grinding on each other on a bed in the middle of a stage, fucking singing about wet ass pussy.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
So it's like,
we failed as a culture.
we have, because it's like, you can't say certain things, but it's almost like you pick and choose what you can and cannot say.
Exactly.
Right? And I understand we all do that, but it's, I don't know what the word is. I don't know. I just think it's dumb, dude.
But I understand what you're saying. Like, these things are considered offensive and off limits, but these things that are obviously ridiculous
are not.
They agree with this
Yes.
party line, and so you're not allowed to criticize anything that agrees with this party line.
Exactly.
But the things that don't agree with this party line, of course, those are awful and need to be condemned. But the ridiculous things that agree with this party line, it's a shootable offense eventually.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to. Like, yeah. So yeah, we're hurtling towards.
It's unfortunate, dude, but I mean, the more and more, as time goes by, it's like it gets progressively worse. Yeah.
Oh, baby, it hasn't gotten. It's gonna get a hell of a lot worse than it is.
I know it is, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, at what point does it stop? It's like you can't say shit because it's like, if I ask somebody something, I could offend them, right?
Yeah.
But that they could say some pretty gnarly stuff, and it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's
as long as it agrees with this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's a phrase that goes around that's, I don't know if you've ever heard this before. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. And it's an endless cycle. Yeah. And it's repeated throughout history. You can go back to the Roman Empire and when the Roman Empire first started, it was hard men conquering this area of fucking Rome. They fought back the barbarians. They said, okay, this is civilization now. Fucking, we've got, they created democracy. They created like a lot of the things we still use today.
Yeah.
And then life got too good. And then Roman men stopped marrying women. They started butt raping children. How does that fucking sound familiar to fucking Epstein Island?
Yeah.
And then the Roman Empire collapses because the good times created weak men and the weak men allowed the Roman Empire to collapse.
Yeah.
And it's the same cycle throughout history. And we are in the cycle right now in this period where we're coming off good times back in the 90s and we've created a generation of weak men.
Yeah.
And the weak men are fucking everything up.
That's a great transition into my next topic. So I'm going to bring this up before we pause for the cause. Okay. I don't know how you're doing, but I need to pause. We're going to talk about Mike Tyson and...
Oh, it got postponed?
But that's...
It did.
I wanted you to tell me. So
it got postponed.
We're going to talk about that in the next second. You're not going to know we're gone.
Well, it doesn't take much to talk about it. You want to just finish that and then we'll come back? Okay. All right, we'll go pause.
I'm on empty.
Look, you don't want to talk about it until you get a fucking drink.
Yeah. So, be right back.
We're not even at 45 yet. You're like 10 minutes early.
It's a good drink. Hey. Don't go in there.
Okay, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Mike Tyson had an ulcer flare up on a flight where, have you ever had an ulcer?
No.
I had one when I was much younger. And it's painful, and, it was painful for him, and he said he had dizziness while he was having the flare up. And it was on a flight, so they had to, I don't think they stopped the flight early, but, it was, a big deal when they landed. They brought, the doctors and got him off, and Mike Tyson came out and said, no, the fight is not postponed. We're still doing it. And then he went to go see the doctor, and the doctor told him, hey,
You're not doing it.
You're not doing it. Yeah. So the fight is postponed until either October or November. So the fight's still on. It's just not going to happen in the summer.
Huh. Okay.
Because he needs, and both parties agreed. He said, Jake Paul's I'd rather have Mike Tyson at his best so he can't, pretend like he had as an excuse for his loss. Mm-hmm. And Mike Tyson still wants to fight. So.
Okay.
I don't know. I every time I see a Mike Tyson TikTok, I forward it to you. I don't know if you saw the one where it's Mike Tyson and Jake Paul sitting next to each other, and it's a cartoon. Did I send it to you?
I don't think I got that one.
Yeah, Mike Tyson sitting there rocking back and forth. I'm so scared that I'm gonna fuck this motherfucker up. I don't want to kill this kid, but fuck, I'm gonna kill this kid. And Jake Paul's just sitting there sweating really hard.
I didn't see that. I did see the one. Did you send me the one where it says? Mike Tyson at 19.
Yeah.
And then Jake Paul at 19.
Yeah, and Jake Paul's dancing around.
Doing that Call Me Maybe song. And Mike Tyson's beating the fuck out of somebody.
Yeah, but, and that's the video that Mike Tyson said he got an erection on when he saw Jake Paul dancing around because...
Oh, Mikey.
Because Mike's been to prison a couple times.
Mikey. I don't know what to say to you. Anyway, all right, so I did hear... Dude, okay. So I knew I wanted to watch the fight.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were fighting here in Texas.
Yeah, it's in Arlington or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it where the Cowboys play?
I don't know where it is, but it was sold out, and they were very expensive tickets. So crazy, I don't think they're going to refund them. I think they're just going to say, when it happens again in October or November, you can show up.
Oh, that's good.
And, the people that can't, hey, I had this date blocked off, and I don't have October blocked off.
Sell your tickets, buddy.
Yeah, they'll probably sell it or get a refund or something. Speaking about the fall of empires, I want to tell a little story, and let me tell you if you could guess who this is.
Chavo del Ocho.
Sígame los buenos.
That's a Chapulín Colorado, but
sorry, it's the same actor. It's the same fucking actor.
It's true. What were you gonna say? Boardwalk Empire.
No, there was a conservative president.
Mm-hmm.
He was running for re-election.
Mm-hmm.
61% of the country said that they were going to vote for this conservative president. They were all fucking rallying for him. They were all excited to get him reelected. When the election happened, somehow the socialist opponent fucking blew him the fuck out of the water. And the nation rose up and said, this is a stolen election. This is fucked up. Thousands of the citizens of the nation showed up, stormed the Capitol. They got accused of trying to overthrow democracy. Thousands of people got arrested. They were held in contempt, and the socialist president took office, and the conservative president got arrested on some trumped-up charge. Who is that president? Mm-hmm. Bolsonaro in Brazil. So there was a fucking man named Bolsonaro who was kind of like the Brazilian version of Trump. And the exact same shit that happened during our last election happened in Brazil. and the socialist president took over, De Luna.
Oh.
And now that he's in office, he's advocated power to the Supreme Court. Now the Supreme Court of Brazil, there's a man who heads the Supreme Court of Brazil. They've made criticizing the Supreme Court of Brazil illegal. If you criticize the Supreme Court of Brazil, you can go to jail. They've made racism illegal and homophobia illegal. There was a podcaster in Brazil that he said he was talking about Brazil's government being a totalitarian government. And he said, totalitarian governments cause a lower IQ in its citizens. And then he said, most totalitarian governments on the world today are in Africa, which is a factual statement. Mm-hmm. He is on trial for racism in Brazil for saying that most totalitarian governments are in Africa, which there's a lot of totalitarian governments in Africa. If you publicly say a biological man cannot be a woman in Brazil, you will go to jail.
Discrimination?
Sure.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
That's where we're headed?
That's where we're headed.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can look to Brazil and see what's happening in America. Because it mirrors the two exactly.
It's unfortunate, dude.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that we're turning, because it's us.
Yeah.
We are turning our country into this.
Yes.
I mean,
it's coming from within. It's not coming from without. It's coming from within.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. It's us. We're fucking it up from the inside. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because then you see all these younger generations fighting for shit that they don't even know.
The Palestinian protests?
Yeah.
It's like fucking... I don't even understand the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. It is very complicated. And for you to just say this one side is right and this one side is wrong, both sides are wrong. But because both sides are wrong, I'm not picking a side. But these motherfuckers are like, well, everybody else is protesting for this side, so let's join the protest.
Yeah. Well, the part that cracks me up is that you're fighting because of all this violence and all this stuff that's going on in Israel and Palestine and
Yeah.
But yet you're causing chaos and disruption
in your own home.
It's like, wait, you're doing what you're asking for them not to do.
Yeah.
You're just doing it here.
Yeah, which is worse.
I was watching it, and I don't get 100% of my news from TikTok, just 90% of it. No, but I was watching this one video, and it cracked me up because it shows this person graduating from Columbia gets their diploma and tear it up into pieces.
I saw that.
Right? Yeah. And the guy goes, so you say that you work well with others and blah, blah, blah. And
you graduated from Columbia? Yeah. That's a great degree. Can I see your diploma?
Oh, so you tore it up because you were fighting for something that you had no idea what you were fighting for. Got it. Yeah, you're not getting a fucking job.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not saying that people don't know, but look, let's face it, a lot of people don't.
No. They've gone into the crowded interview like, why are you here? Well, I don't know. Everybody's here, so I'm here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, es que el presidente dijo in the case of whether it's Trump or even the president in Brazil, I bet, it's because so-and-so said. Yeah. They said what? And who said it? Was so-and-so?
Yeah.
It's the whole, they said. Who's they? Was they?
They.
You don't know. They, them.
Do your research.
The people on Facebook.
So yeah, we're heading for hard times. Congratulations. At least we have good liquor to see us through.
Liquor?
Liquor in the front, sticker in the rear. No, poker in the rear. My bad.
Liquor in the front, poker in the back.
I'm fucking up every goddamn joke.
Don't kick the horse while it's down during your tribes and tribulations.
Exactly.
Yeah. I worked with this guy, dude. I'm not going to name him, but he knows who he is. But he was notorious for, like, taking any quote and fucking it up. Like, and
make like a tree and get out of here.
Yeah. I'm going to make like a baby and get the fuck out. You mean head out? That one. No, but he meant to say, like, dude, what's it? It's don't kick a horse while it's down, right? There's one, and then but he missed that one with can't remember what the other one was, but like half the time he would come up with these quotes, and I'm like, dude, did you mean to say this? And he said, like,
yeah, that one.
Like the one time he told us tribes and tribulations.
What did he say?
Well, he said tribes and tribulation. In trials and tribulations?
No, trials and tribulations.
But he says tribes. I'm like tribes of Indians? Or like one time we were talking about retail shops, and we were talking about brick and mortar stores, right?
Yeah.
Freestanding buildings. Brick and mortar. I'm like, so they're going to die or they're not going to die? I'm not sure.
Brick or they're going to die?
Yeah.
I went into a nursing home one time and they were decorated for Valentine's Day, and each little heart had a quote on it. And one of the hearts said, "Love is colored blind." Instead of colorblind, it's like you took the blind color and filled it in. It's colored blind. It's like, no, it's colorblind. You don't see color when you're in love.
Yeah. I mean, this guy was notorious for doing that shit. I mean, we had so many of them on him. It's like, don't go kicking the horse while it's down and drinking water.
Mixing two different.
You mean
can't lead a horse to water?
Yeah.
Or you can't lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
It's like, you can't make him drink water. The horse is down and you kick him. What?
Back to your liquor in the front, poker in the back. There's a song where the guy sings, "I used to work in a convenience store, but I don't work there anymore. One day a lovely young lady walked in, and I asked what she walked in for. Liquor, she said, so liquor I did, and I don't work there anymore."
Oh, man. Who's that, dude?
It was a parody of a NPR song, so it was from the NPR movie, it's from an NPR movie. I used to listen to NPR back when I was a liberal, back when I was in college. Yeah. We used to grow out of that phase. Now we don't anymore.
Dude,
extended it. You never went through that phase?
No, not for me, dude. I'm telling you, dude, if it's not Christmas music, it's yacht rock. And I'm in yacht rock mode right now.
I was listening to yacht rock. At 7 o'clock, they had something called Captains of the Industry, where they would take yacht rock and like remix it. Yep. You know, a lot of like the 90s rap was just like yacht rock.
Yeah.
So they would like scratch in the fucking rap lyrics. I'm like, oh, fuck.
So
I recognize that.
So when we started listening to that last week, because it started last week, right? Memorial Day weekend. And my wife's like, what are they doing to this? This is not yacht rock. I said, no, it's Club Yacht Rock or Captains of the Industry, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But I liked it, dude.
I enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it too.
Yeah, it was fun. But anyway.
Because you can't listen to the same, it's 200 songs, but you can't listen to the same 200 songs for,
3 months.
You can.
I can't. No, hell yeah, dude. What's funny is, now my kids used to laugh at this shit. They're like, damn, you listen to that shit all the time. Now they don't complain. But we'll be driving, and I see my kid on her phone.
She's singing along.
This, I can't forget this. Not in love anymore. I can't forget
how you made it so clear.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, Michael McDonald back there. How you doing? You doing all right? So, yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know. You're right. It's only like 250 to 300 songs. You're right. But, But I'm fine with it.
No, I know. I've been listening to it, but after a while, I'm like, I've heard these 8 songs before. I'm changing the channel. That's why I don't listen to regular radio, because they play the same 8 songs over and over and over again.
Although, this week I finally did something crazy. Remember I told you for music I listened to Deezer, and you were asking me what Deezer was.
Oh, okay.
I left Deezer and I moved over to Spotify.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because I realized that Spotify was like $5 cheaper.
Oh, you were paying for Deezer?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was paying for...
Do you have the family account?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my kids all have Spotify.
Yeah.
You know what's awesome about Spotify? At the end of the year, it gives you the end of the year
mix or whatever, like the
your year in a bottle, and it's like this is your number one song that you listen to. These are the groups you listen to.
Yeah, I remember you telling me last year about that.
Yeah. Now you're gonna get it this year.
Yeah,
And it's gonna be all yacht rock.
it probably will be that. And it's like throwing some Christmas music.
Michael McDonald was number one. Jingle Bells was number 2.
Christopher Cross Arthur's theme was number 3.
Yep.
Followed by Brenda
Arthur's
Lee's Christmas song.
When you get trapped between the moon and New York City.
You don't get trapped, you get caught. Thank you.
My bad.
Jesus.
My bad.
Can't take you anywhere, dude. Dude, I was about to ask you, I think it's time for us to start talking about going elsewhere.
Yeah, we need to start doing something different. We can't just keep sitting here. When are we going to go to the winery?
I was just thinking about Shaku recently, right? And I was like, dude, we haven't had anybody in a while, and we haven't gone anywhere.
So,
by the way, what's up, Shaku?
I would like to go to the winery. I would like to invite one of my coworkers, Deanna, to come and tell stories of old San Antonio.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about her.
Her house burned down, so like I didn't want to bother her, but like I saw her again and we talked about it, and I'm like, all right, I think maybe she's like recovered from that. Maybe she's ready. I haven't asked her about the podcast, but I thought about asking her this weekend, and then like I just got lazy and I didn't want to do anything because I was tired. I'm 46 years old, and effort's like more of an effort than it used to be.
Everything is more of an effort, especially when you're 53. I'm like, damn it. I mean, do I really need that sandwich?
Yeah.
Wait, no, I got 2 kids. Hey, why don't you go get me a sandwich?
So,
even taking a crap is an effort. It's like,
if you sit there and watch TikTok, yeah, your legs go numb, and then you can't get off.
Are you trying to get?
So,
are you okay in there?
I would like to ask her. Don't come in. Don't come in. So yeah, I'd like to ask her to come. I would love to do the winery. You said you have your friend that does a winery, and I would love to like have like an exclusive. Will he make like a little exclusive brew, or will he like have some bottles where I could stick some stickers on it?
I can ask.
Yeah,
I can ask you.
Just like give us like 3 bottles that I could just stick stickers on, and then instead of having their label, I'm like, boom, here's the Zest Your Testy bottle, and we drink them on air, 1 bottle each.
Maybe we'll have a little surprise giveaway.
We can. Last time we had a surprise giveaway, nobody fucking participated. Last time we asked what your AG song is, like we had like 1 response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. I know you talked about it, you just weren't.
We don't have a really participating.
You act like you're over 46 years old and it's too much of an effort to reply back.
We don't really have a interactive audience. Our audience is probably either our age or like a bunch of kids that went to your quinceañera.
Yeah. Thank you.
We do get random ass subscribers. You know that, right? Every once in a while we get like a rando that's not related to you, that's not one of your friends, and not one of my friends. It's just like a rando.
Like our friend in, what was it, Scandinavia and New Zealand?
That was probably me on a fucking VPN, because I forgot that I had a VPN.
Did you really have to tell me that, dude?
It was not a real person in Scandinavia. I'm sorry. You can.
So we're not international?
We're not international. We're just. I mean, we could do one from Laredo and fucking Nuevo Laredo and be international.
Yeah,
but then I might get my head cut off and not come back. I don't really blend in Nuevo Laredo. When I used to have a service in nursing home in Laredo, and I would go across and eat at Victoria's. I would like, I love going across, like fucking the Cadillac bar.
Man, I used to love that place, dude.
Yeah. But fucking, I'm scared to go over now. I don't want to go over.
Dude, neither would I. Yeah. Especially with kids.
Yeah, especially with kids.
I mean, I would go by myself.
But you would blend in.
Maybe you and I can go do a podcast from Old Laredo.
I don't want to get kidnapped.
Okay, dude.
Fuck it. It's content.
Yeah. Dude,
it's our highest rated episode. Ben Blair gets content.
We could go do it from El Rancho, dude. El Rancho's a good Mexican restaurant. Let's do it, dude. Dude, if I was willing to do that damn hospital.
Shit. You weren't going to die in the fucking hospital.
You're not going to die over here. You don't know.
I might.
I risked it. You could risk it.
Let's do the winery first. If the winery goes smoothly, then we'll talk about Nuevo Laredo.
Dude, that would be fucking awesome. We'll start recording. We'll cross. We'll walk across. We'll take a cab.
Hey, welcome to the Zest Your Tessie podcast.
We're not tourists whatsoever.
We're not gonna attract attention holding the damn tripod.
No, we'll go to a restaurant. We'll sit there and we'll record at the restaurant.
Yeah, probably not, but it's a good fantasy.
I think we should do it, dude.
Yeah. You didn't even buy a costume for the fucking Fancy Day fucking podcast. You didn't even charge the tablet for the Fancy Day podcast.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We're not gonna do the fucking Oil Real. We'll do the winery. I want to have some guests. We can get Shaku back. We can get Alex back. We can get anybody you want.
Posada, do it from there where it's facing Mexico. It'll be our international day.
Okay.
Okay.
I used to stay at La Posada when I went to Laredo.
You can go to the River Drive Mall. That mall that's now it's a what is that thing now? It's an outlet right there by the river. We'll just sit there with the Mexico Bridge behind us.
And call it international?
Yeah.
Okay.
I say we do that.
Done.
Perfect.
What the fuck are we going to drive 2.5 hours to get to Laredo?
Yeah.
And then drive 2.5 hours back?
We'll have tortas.
It'll be worth the trip.
It'll be worth the trip.
You're going to take the fucking cricket mobile?
We can have La Gordiloca join us, dude.
I would love, that would be a fucking win for this podcast.
So
I would love to have the Gordiloca.
According to one of my employees, she knows her very well.
Okay.
That'd be pretty interesting.
I would definitely drive down Laredo for the Gordiloca.
Yeah.
Even if we don't do it at La Posada. Just to have her on.
Yeah.
Because she's an independent journalist and she digs
I know you like her.
Okay.
And I know you respect what she does. And if you don't, she's going to fucking kick your ass, dude.
That's fine.
I'm more scared of her than El Chapo. Because El Chapo's in jail. She's not.
That would be a great win for this podcast. I would love that.
All right, perfect.
If you could get her, if you could score her, we will drive to fucking Laredo.
I'm going to go all... Did you ever watch Entourage?
Yeah.
Remember that the guy Ari, the big guy? I'm gonna be all Ari. I'm gonna be walking around with my phone like that. I'm here to see La Gordiloca. You know, every time he talked,
he had the phone in the hand.
He had his phone in his hand.
Anytime the phone would ring, and his wife was like, "We're in synagogue. You can't answer that, babe. It's the bat phone. I can answer. It's the bat phone."
No, I'm still praying. I'm just talking, but I'm praying.
Yeah. That was a fun show.
That was an excellent show, dude.
Oh yeah.
You know what it was? There was drama, not Johnny Drama, there was drama
with the calf implants.
But it was yeah, exactly. But it was a fun show, dude. And that's just it. Nowadays, it's like there's no more fun shows.
No,
everything's woke. If you think about it, yeah, exactly, everything's woke. But if you go back and you watch that show, I mean, it would be canceled so quickly nowadays. With half the shit they would say or do or whatever.
They were talking about doing an Office reboot, and I'm like, fucking, you can't do The Office today. Like,
oh fuck no, dude.
All The Office was cringe comedy. It was like making you uncomfortable to watch because Michael Scott was such a fucking numbnuts that like he didn't know that he was being offensive, and that's what made it funny.
Watching that episode where they're doing the little cards on their forehead, or they're walking around.
Oh yeah.
He goes, what was it? I'm a bad driver, or you're a bad driver.
Oh, I'm a woman, damn it.
I'm an Asian woman, that's what he said.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude. I mean, if you brought that nowadays, you would get canceled on day one, man. But we didn't give a shit. We watched it for what it was. It's just funny.
Humor is humor. Humor is like making... Yeah.
You didn't think about it, right?
Yeah.
So, it's like... You know, we talked last time about that Jerry Seinfeld's Comedians and Cars Getting Coffee.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, I can't remember who he was having the conversation with, and I want to say it was like, what's this guy's name? Cedric the Entertainer. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about how they were making fun of this guy that had cancer. Mm-hmm. And they're like, dude, how can you make fun of him? The guy, another comedian. Mm-hmm. They're like, because we're all fucking comedians.
Yeah, exactly.
And we make fun of each other like that, and it's okay.
Yeah.
We laugh about it, you know? But that's how you respect each other. It's like, we're talking about you. And that in itself for them, amongst their comedian friends. It's kind of like we're honoring you by just talking shit about you. Yeah. So, but nowadays you can't do that shit.
Well, Jerry Seinfeld did a commencement speech at a college, and his whole point was, please stop being offended. You're going to need this humor to get through life.
Yeah.
Life is hard. You need humor. And like half the students walked out. You know why? Because he's Jewish, and they were protesting the Palestinian war.
But once again,
they missed the fucking point.
Yeah, exactly.
They missed the whole fucking point of the commencement speech.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, these kids don't know what the fuck they're standing up for. They just feel like I'm just fine. You got a lot of followers, not a lot of leaders. That's what the important. Oh. That's what we're seeing here, right?
Yeah.
Hence the weak men.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That we were talking about. It's like we got through the what did you call it? The good times.
The good times produce weak men. The weak men produce hard times.
So that's we're the area weak men. We're in the weak men
and we're about to hit the hard times.
We're like Taylor Swift. We're in the weak men era.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Now we came out of the good times era.
We came out of the good times era.
So we're gonna annihilate all the weak men, and then we're gonna be the strong men standing.
We're old, bro.
We're what?
We are old.
Oh, I thought he said we're werewolves. I'm like, we're werewolves, guys.
We're werewolves, guys.
We're werewolves.
Well, your beard kind of looks like a little fucking, like a little Siberian husky. But, no, we're old. We need young, strong men.
Dye my beard, dude.
Fucking, we cannot be the old men replacing the weak young men. We need, like, a surge of strong young men.
Gen Xers, too.
We are Gen Xers. We are the feral generation. We are the fucking... Our hobby was making each other cry.
Yep. Dude, that's hilarious, but it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it last week, and somebody else said that earlier in the week. I don't know who I was talking to, and they're like, think about it, man. I mean, our job was just to, like, fuck with each other.
Yeah.
And we thought it was
fun
funny.
As fuck.
And
yeah.
It was funny. And we laughed about it. Dude, I'll never forget, and I think I shared this a long time ago with this guy we went to high school with. Dude, okay, so I didn't partake in this. So, George, if you're listening, I didn't do this. But I was around when it happened. Like they would take this guy and dump him in the trash can.
Oh, fuck. Right?
And eventually this kid ends up getting moved, and I've shared this before. He moves away from our high school and goes to one of those, like, bad kid schools.
Oh, shit,
right?
Yeah.
And then we never heard from him again.
Yeah.
Until, like...
He came back as a Marine or some shit?
Yeah.
Was he a Marine?
Yeah, dude, well, no, he was an Army guy.
Yeah.
But I'm getting a drink at Forensi's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's like, what's up, man? I'm like, what's up, man? And I'm waiting for my drinks, and he goes, you don't remember me, do you? I'm like, no. And he goes, and he tells me who he is. I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. I said, yeah, I think I vaguely remember. And that's when he told me, he goes, you guys used to throw me in the trash. I'm like, and then I see this guy, and of course, at that point, all I can do is look at his arms.
Yeah.
Which look like legs.
Please don't pick me up and throw me in the trash can.
His arms look like legs. I'm like, dude, what's wrong with your arms? Why do they look like legs? And he's telling us he's like an Army paratrooper.
That's hard.
I'm like, so what do you do? What exactly? He goes, we're the ones jump off airplanes with our
machine guns
ready to
behind enemy lines
from the top. And I'm like, oh shit. Well, so let me just clarify something. I was there when it happened.
But I wasn't grabbing your leg and dumping you in.
No. In fact, if you see me grabbing your leg, it's because I was trying to pull you out, not push you in. But my point is, this motherfucker could have just taken us, all just. But instead, he's like, dude. He goes, I was a fucked up kid. I joined the Army, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm like, fuck, dude. So I brought him over, and I told him, I said, hey, come over here. Because he knew a lot of my buddies.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, you guys remember this guy? And they're like, and they were like, dude, that's I'm like, yeah, he got a little taller, bigger, big arms. By the way, those are his arms, not his legs.
Yeah. So he went through hard times, and what did he become? A strong man.
Yeah, dude. But again, he didn't come back to retaliate. He didn't come back. He just came back like, dude, I know you.
Have a beer.
Yeah, let's have a drink. Dude, come over here and have a drink with us, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service, right? Yeah. But again, it was a time when it's like you said, we used to pleasure. It's gonna sound weird. We used to pleasure ourselves by like mocking, making fun, and fucking around with other people.
Yeah. Our hobby was making each other cry.
There was a good friend of ours, Chax. I know you probably don't listen, but
If he ever wants to be on this podcast, I'd love to have him.
Chax knows that we used to fuck with him all the time.
Yeah.
Why he's still stuck with us, dude, I'll never understand. And he's a great guy.
I got a buddy named Chubbs, and like, he was heavy.
Hey.
He was fat when we went to school with him.
There's nothing wrong with fat.
There's nothing wrong with fat, but his nickname was Chubbs. And then like he friended me on Facebook. I'm like, who the fuck is this? I'm like, it's me, Chubbs. I'm like, fucking Chubbs. And he like he's like in some armed services. I don't know if he's Marines or Army or what. But the motherfucker's built. The motherfucker ain't fat anymore.
Yeah.
Like fucking, and like.
He's PHAT fat.
I would love, because he was in fucking Italy. He got like stationed in Italy or some shit.
Yeah.
So I loved his Facebook because he was like fucking taking pictures of all these Italian like monuments and shit. Like, and I'm like, fuck, dude, this dude's living his best life.
Yeah.
And he used to be Chubbs in fucking junior high.
Well, but that's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, you fucked with people, and they were still stuck around because that's what we did.
Yeah, that's what we did to everybody.
It's like everybody saw it. It's like, dude, why you guys mean to him? Because we love him.
Yeah.
You know. And that's back to the whole comedian thing. It's like,
That's
dude,
why you
how can
fuck
you
with
guys
him?
be such assholes? Because we love.
Because we're
guy.
comedians. That's what we do.
Comedians. That's what we did. We weren't comedians. We were just assholes because that's what our generation did.
Yeah.
It's like, if we didn't do shit to you, that meant that we didn't care about you. We don't give a flying fuck about you. We fucked with you. That's because we liked you. You know?
Do you know who Jordan Peterson is? He's a clinical psychologist, and he became popular.
Oh, yeah, no.
So he before he became a clinical psychologist, he got a job on a construction site, and like everybody would call him Howdy Doody because he had like the fucking red hair, like up like this, and like fucking they would talk so much shit about him. What's up, Howdy Doody? What's up, Howdy? And like eventually it went from Howdy Doody to Howdy, and which is like a better nickname than Howdy Doody because Howdy Doody is a little bit of an insult. Howdy is like, he's kind of like a little cowboy thing. Yeah. So like they brought him into the fold, and he was just Howdy instead of Howdy Doody. This other motherfucker got a job at the construction site, and they started calling him Lunchbox or some shit because, like, I don't know, he would bring a lunchbox or some shit. I don't remember. But he got offended. He was like, fuck you guys, fuck you shit. And, like, fucking eventually he got so pissed off that he quit. And it's like, motherfucker, if you just, like, stick out through the abuse, eventually, like, once you prove yourself worthy of respect, your fucking mic's upside down. It's on your teta like a fucking little, like a little tassel. Like you're gonna fucking spin it around like that.
There you go.
It's still. I'm gonna start calling you tassels. Oh shit! Is that right on the nipple? It's okay. He'll enjoy it in a little bit. But yeah, that was our generation.
Yeah, it was, man.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Generation X.
Oh, nice, dude. Perfect. That's a good conversation, man. There's a lot of TikTok videos about Gen Xers.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't care what they say. It's all good shit, and even the bad shit is funny.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that is
That's
so
true.
Yeah, it's so true. So, anywho.
All right, we're at the end. You got closing statements?
I always do, and.
Like
I gotta make sure it's positive because sometimes I get off on my negative.
Bro, this whole fucking episode has been negative. Go ahead and end on a negative note. If you're gonna do it, do it on this one. The world's fucking fucked. We're in a fucking weak people.
Have a great day, everybody.
We're in a weak men create hard times. What can we cling to during these hard times? Zesty.
Yeah.
Tell us.
No, zesty or testy. We can cling on to both.
Oh shit! What just happened? Was that a text or something?
Yeah, it's a text. Cling on to what you like, man, and don't cling on to what you like. Don't
cling on like this microphone is clinging to his nipple.
Well, now it's clinging on to my shirt. Here. No, you know what? Cling on to what you believe.
Yeah.
And what makes you happy.
Get right with Jesus, baby.
To what makes you happy, because I'll tell you what, that's our problem nowadays, that we're so concerned about what's right, what others are going to think, what others are going to feel or do. Fuck that shit. Do what you feel is the right thing for you, for your family, for your friends. that lets you have fun, smile. If you're not smiling, you're fucking dying. That's the way I see it, dude.
That's true. That's true.
So smile more.
Get right with Jesus. Cling to Jesus.
That's right. All right, dude. We're out.
Cheers.
Salud.
Adios. Another one's in the books. Hopefully we have a guest next week. If not, then we'll be at a winery.
And hopefully we won't get canceled.
Oh, we're already on the fucking shit list with YouTube. We're already on the shadow ban shit with YouTube. So, here he comes. Da-na. Da-na.
Adios, everybody.
Da-na.